Nothing goes better with our homemade biscuits than some homemade tomato gravy. Let me show you how. Pork fat is the best base for starting your tomato gravy, so I always make sure that I fried up my pork chops, ham, or bacon before I start the gravy. We're going to mix in a good spoonful of self-rising flour straight into the pan. You just want enough grease to cover the bottom of your pan, and you want to put enough self-rising flour in to fully absorb all of the grease. It looks like I could use a little bit more flour, so we're going to add another little spoonful over and get that mixed in. It looks like I overshot a little bit with the flour, but no worries. We're just going to put a little bit of juice from the can of tomatoes in here to get the flour mixed up really well. If you don't incorporate the flour with the grease well before you put your liquid in, then you're going to wind up with clumps of flour in your gravy, and that's not something that you want. Next, we're just going to add our 2 cans of tomatoes over into our pan with our flour and our grease. I use fresh tomatoes for this when they're in season, but it's the dead of winter and I have no tomatoes to speak of, so we're using canned ones. I also like to add a little bit of water, just enough to get the amount of liquid in my pan that I feel like I need to make my gravy the right consistency. You can always add a little bit more water as you cook, but if you add too much to start out with, you're going to wind up having to make a roux or use some cornstarch to thicken your gravy back up. So I would say start slow with this. You can always throw some onions and garlic into your pan and saute those up in your grease before you add your flour, but I just seasoned with salt and pepper because that's how we like it. Leave us a comment and let us know how you make your gravy.